Good morning! It's Wednesday. What a beautiful day. This morning's sunrise was just amazing. It was terribly amazing. I sit out here and drink my coffee, and I get my conversation on with the one. So that's why I see the sunrise every day. It's awesome. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're having a great morning. It's Wednesday, what they call the old humper. So I just want to thank you for joining me, and I wanted to discuss one major cause of inflammation, because really I think that's the one thing that is leading to a lot of our health problems, and I'm just going to keep focused on this until I get tired of it. Hi, Erica. I was listening to a podcast by Rob Wolf. This is a guy that is a health nut, but also he's a microbiologist. He's a young fellow that suffered with Crohn's, or I'm not sure. He had irritable bowel thing going on early in his life, and so he studied microbiology, and I've also read from Dr. Perlmutter, who my brother Jeff turned me on to. And of course I read Dr. Axe and Dr. Mercola and Dr. Clark, and just a lot of different varieties of doctors and what they believe in. Good morning, Sherry. How are you doing? And so anyway, I've just got a little tidbit of what was explained to me on one podcast I was listening to that makes a lot of sense. So I'm just going to get right into it. I'm going to explain to you how your body becomes so inflamed, which can lead to obesity. It can lead to high blood pressure. It can lead to brain fog. It can actually lead to depression. It can lead to dementia and Parkinson's. It can lead to irritable bowel, Crohn's, rheumatoid arthritis. Any autoimmune disease can be a result of chronic inflammation. And the doctors cannot tell us what causes nor how to cure these autoimmune diseases, because they think it's a disease that they can treat with prescriptions, with meds, and you cannot. In my opinion, being the non-expert I am, my opinion is that, and there's a lot of consensus in this in the natural health world, is that chronic inflammation leads us to malnutrition. In fact, I listened to a video that my friend David sent me, and the presenter showed all these case studies where they studied small groups of people that were very, very poor. And in these groups of people, and the studies dated back to 1928 and then through the 80s. In these groups of people, what they found out is that about half the people were obese and half the people were malnourished. And what they found out was that even the obese people were malnourished because their bodies used the food that they ate differently than the folks that looked malnourished. But they were all malnourished because the cheap food was the carbohydrates, the potatoes, the grains. So anyway, that's kind of a sidebar. But that's what happens when your intestines, your digestional tract, gets inflamed. You cannot absorb your nutrients. So how does that happen? And I want to focus on the autoimmune problem, the chronic inflammation. So in your intestines, we were born with, hopefully, and have been developing the gut bacteria, the healthy gut bacteria. There are trillions and trillions of bacteria, good bacteria, in your digestive system, and they coat the lining of your intestines. And these bacteria actually are what one of the steps to breaking down food into particles small enough that your body can absorb it then through the other parts of the intestines, so it goes into your bloodstream and feeds your cells all throughout your body. And so, you know, as we get sick when we're kids and we get on antibiotics, and then later in life, I mean, every time we're sick, and especially you see it now with sinus infections and tonsillitis. And I remember my kids, one of my children had her tonsils out because she kept giving her sister tonsillitis over and over and over and over because her tonsils were infected. She could not get rid of that. It didn't affect her so much, but it affected her sister, and so both of them were on antibiotics quite a bit. So, and I know that's a common thing for everybody. No parent wants their kids to feel like poop, you know? And so we do what the doctors tell us, which is good. Antibiotics are important. But here's what happens. Down in your intestines, those antibiotics kill the good and the bad bacteria. And so over time, and then we become teenagers and we just eat junk. Potato chips and sodas and you know, highly processed foods, and we'll drink too much alcohol, and you know, all these things combine over the years, over and over, and even into people my age, we have those bad habits still. And so all the while, these chemicals, these things are non-nutrients and are actually not good for us, are damaging the intestinal flora, the bacteria in our intestines. And so what happens is these colonies, certain colonies will die off, and then it exposes your intestines to whatever is coming through, and it makes it more likely for that area to be inflamed, which makes it easier for foreign objects, foreign particles to go through the lining of your intestines into your bloodstream. Okay, so I know that's technical, but listen up. A lot of food, when it's broken down, the proteins in the food are very similar to the proteins in our body. Okay, hang with me now. And so, as your intestines are damaged and are allowing these foreign proteins into your bloodstream, your immune system sees them and attacks them, which it should. Over time, over years, your body gets so used to recognizing these proteins that are very, very similar to the human proteins that pretty soon your body starts attacking their own proteins. In other words, and you know what autoimmune is? It's when your body is attacking itself. And so this is how it's caused. We're damaging our intestines. We're allowing foreign particles into our bloodstream, and our bodies are fighting it just like they should. But then over time, they can't recognize these similar proteins from our own body's proteins, and so our whole body becomes inflamed. And there's a huge connection now. They're seeing, I heard about a study from USC where the dementia, your gut bacteria and that type of process and that inflammation can really affect your brain. And so anyway, that's my little explanation about how your body can become so inflamed, and it all starts in our intestines. Isn't that interesting? Now that's something we can deal with. That's something that we can work on. And the main way we work on that is to take the inflammatory foods out of our diet, which I've been talking about, anti-inflammatory foods, which is fruits and vegetables. You know, I've talked about that, okay? So if we change our diet like that, the other key component is fiber. And you get that from fruits and vegetables. The prebiotic is a fiber that allows colonies of these good bacteria to live, and the probiotics are actually additional bacteria you add to your diet, and they exist on fruits. And you can see that especially in cabbage. When you go to ferment it, it has good bacteria in it that causes the fermentation process to make sauerkraut. So anyway, so we can get more healthy if we focus on our the gut bacteria, our probiotics. So I'm going to encourage everyone to, number one, let's stay on the path of eating really good, low glycemic food in its natural state as much as we can. And number two, of course, I take supplemental fiber along with all my vitamins, and I've told you about that before. Be happy to tell you personally if you are interested. Just PM me. But I add more fiber to my body to keep that process primed. And I'm telling you, I don't get sick very often, and I think I take probiotics as well. It's part of the product that I take in the morning. My wife has a probiotic that I found for her years ago. It's a wonderful probiotic. It's from Golden Health. Mary Faith Hunt makes it, and it's a wonderful product. And so if you're really in desperate situation, that's a great product. Golden Health products. But anyway, I truly believe we need to supplement with probiotics every day. Every day. We need to modify our diets to more natural foods. We need to lower our sugar intake, kids. And I just read just this morning, briefly, because I don't have much time in the morning to read anything but my Bible, that artificial sweeteners also cause damage to the gut bacteria. And so that makes so much sense now when we see all the diet programs and the diet sodas and the consumption of those going up, and yet the obesity still increasing. So it's not just sugar, it's artificial sweeteners that can have an effect on your gut bacteria, which causes your body to be inflamed. So hey, I hope that's not too much information to give to you this morning, but it's important that we at least hear this once in a while so that we can make some modifications. Because let me tell you, without your health, you don't have anything. And it's not that hard to be more healthy. I'm here to help you because I love you. I care about you. Us older people, we have so much to give yet to the world, and we need to take care of our health. That's my goal. That's my mission here. I want to help you. If you need my encouragement, please reach out to me. If you are interested in these subjects, I can send you some references. You know, I'm here for you guys. So as always, the main thing is to dream big. And if you're my age or older or even younger, and if you lost your dream, you don't have the energy to get it, let's get it back. We have so much to give to this world before we cash it in, so to speak. So I would love to inspire you to start over. And here, one tip today. If you want to make a life change, let's do one simple thing. Drink an additional quart of water every day for a week, and then see how you feel. And if you want to continue your change, talk to me, and we'll figure out the next little tiny step. What this does for you, if you can do this for a week, drink one more quart of water, then once you've accomplished that, then you can accomplish the next thing. Take it step by step, day by day, little chunk at a time. All right, guys, dream big, work hard, love large, eat really good whole foods, take your vitamins, and be your best self now. I'll see you tomorrow.